How would you like to get up bright and early to see a perfect sunrise? How about rushing home from school to witness the sky explode with color during sunset? I bet you would love to do these things if you had the time, energy, and motivation. Well, today's guest will talk about how you can do these things for you through photography and sharing human experiences through digital media. The Humanities Mass Communications Department at Norwalk Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces you to television's future writers, directors, and personalities. And now join our host, Sheila Samuel, to meet the next new director.
Thank you for joining us today for today's edition of The New Directors. All of the people involved with this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling audio, operating cameras, and acting as talent for the first time today. The guests you will meet on this show are students who, when not on camera, are behind the scenes working hard to bring you this program to you with as few mistakes as possible. Each student has written and directed 4 different productions. This program will give them the chance to talk about themselves and the productions they've created and give you the chance to get to know them and enjoy some of the work they've done during the semester. Our guest today is a practicing photographer and editor who has shot some cool pictures in the woodland environment he calls home. We would like you to meet today's guest, Nico Spinelli.
Good to meet you.
So what does a camera and digital media help you do in this world?
What a camera and digital media allows you to do in this world is share human experience through artwork. I love to do that. That's one of my favorite things to do. As a photographer, I just love to go out in my yard and with my camera and have fun seeing what kind of, cool shots I can take. My favorite times to go is sunset and sundown, of course, because that's when the lighting is the most beautiful.
Okay.
I love the fall because the colors of the leaves and the lighting that you get through the trees is just very interesting. You got to be able to know what you're doing, though, or else you will get unstill images, of course, and uncolored, wrong colors. So, you got to be prepared. You have to get your, a nice tripod, especially in the environment I live in where there's a bunch of hills, sticks on the ground, God knows what. So, absolutely needed that tripod. When I got that thing, life became so much easier.
Like that. Connecticut's beautiful during the fall.
Oh, that's why people come here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why did you take this course?
I took this course so I could further my ability in my career, which I would prefer to be behind the scenes and making films. And photography is a fun little hobby of mine that I like to do. But really, the reason I'm here is mostly because I'd love to be in a career with film.
That's awesome. What are some of the most useful things you've learned?
Some of the most useful things, well, I already knew composition. I already knew a little bit of lighting. Something I've learned, though, which I'm going to love, pulling off a shift focus. Never knew how to do that. I always saw them in movies and was like, oh, I wish I could do that. But now I know how to, so I'm going to have a lot of fun with that specifically.
Okay. You've worked on 4 projects. Can you tell us about them?
Well, my student studies project consists of my brother and me making a little fun film in our living room. I used the technique of telling him exactly what to do and ways to do it, and took the whole take, every single take. All the actions he did was all in one take every time. So I would have the freedom to be able to edit it at the end if I needed to maybe get rid of a clip because it didn't work or anything like that. My nature project was more of almost like photography in a way, where I just went outside, I saw beautiful scenery, and I took a nice little video instead of a photo. I'm gonna love Poor Man's Dissolve. I usually hate transitions, to be honest, in films as well, but for some reason when a transition works, I do love it. And a Poor Man's Dissolve, when you line up two objects that look similar in the two different frames, really works together, and I really learned that here, and I grew to appreciate transitions here. For my orange project, I decided to go with a more free approach where I just kind of began ideas in my head. Me and my brother went in the room. How can we make a really cool scene, specifically with that scene? How could we build suspense the most in that scene?
What was your best project and what made it special?
My best project had to be the student studies. Okay. And the reason of this is because it truly is a gift to be able to have freedom in editing. It allows you to do everything you need. As I said before, the way we filmed this and the way that the project was set up allowed us to just be able to take the whole thing in one take multiple times and piece them all together. And when that happens, it's the most easiest thing to edit. Therefore, I was able to put more into it because it flowed well. The other projects, Nature's project is a little bit less of a narrative in a way, but like the other projects, I found harder to be able to piece certain things together because, with the orange project, I didn't have always him going through every single motion because that'd be impossible to do. It wasn't all in one room, unlike the student studies project. And another thing I loved about it was the fact that I just loved spending time with my brother making films with him, man. I hope we get to do that in the future at some point in his career.
That's the couch in your living room?
Yes.
It looks like it's from the 80s.
It is.
What will you put, or how will you put the things that you've learned in this class to good use in the future?
Well, of course, there's my career in filming that I want to do. I have that photography hobby. Not sure if I'm going to make a career out of that. That's a bit harder to do, but I'm definitely going to use that shift focus a lot. I love it, and basically, yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Today we got to meet someone who shared with us the wonders of nature in his backyard. As a new TV director, he hopes to apply what he has learned here at NCC to photograph other cool environments and people too. He also plans to use the new knowledge from TV One to create exciting photo shoots in the future. We would like to thank Nico Spinelli for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
We hope you enjoyed meeting one of television's future directors, and we hope you continue to join us each week to watch our progress. Thank you, and have a great day.